Hey everyone, as I said last night in a video, I switched off my last mining rig last night. Yes, I did. And yeah, that's what I'm doing this afternoon. I switched it off last night. I got one box and I got one sent away, but there's a few others I need to kind of dust off the dust. I need to get all the dust off the fans, get them boxed up, and I need to do the same for the motherboard and the power supply, and get all the cables, make sure everything's there and get it all boxed up, and then I can hopefully over the next month get things tidied up and get things organised for my office. And I've got some other things I need to do as well. I bought some Allen keys to fix this microphone. Exciting stuff in the world of YouTube. But what I want to do in this video is talk about Bitcoin, talk about the crash, talk about the price crash last night. Now, this is something I kind of touched upon last night in the live stream, but I was following a lot of things on Twitter last night, and just reading, just following all the messages about it. I was doing searches and just seeing what everyone was saying about it. And I always find this interesting because I think it's funny that in cryptocurrency, and certainly when it comes to Bitcoin and Bitcoin trading, no one seems to want to admit that they don't know anything. There's a lot of people saying that they know what's happening, and they try and project themselves as experts. And I've seen a lot of people saying that the price crash was about the Bitcoin Cash fork between Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash SV, or Bitcoin SV, Satoshi Vision. And this fork which is happening today, yeah, it's crazy. You can see Photoshi, fake Satoshi, Craig Wright. He's posting lots of things on Twitter, stirring everything up and talking about a war, talking about how he's happy if the price of Bitcoin goes down to zero and all this. I'm sure it's perhaps a factor in the price of Bitcoin going down, but I saw a lot of comments on Twitter, on social media in general, where people were talking about the fact that that's got nothing to do with it, and they were saying that it's simply a coincidence. And I saw a few people saying that this Dr. Craig Wright, as he calls himself, he's like Captain Hindsight, where he comes out after the price has crashed and then says something. I saw some other people saying that the price has crashed because this always happens at this time of year, because of Christmas and a lot of other things. And I saw some other people saying that it's because of futures expiring and a number of other things. And I don't know. I really don't know, because it's funny because you see a lot of people going back and forth about this on Twitter. I would assume that the Bitcoin Cash fork is a factor, considering what's happening with the mining farms and all that. But there's a lot of people putting up good arguments that it's got nothing to do with it. And again, everyone talks as if they're right. No one seems to say that they don't know what's happening. I'm happy to admit that I don't know what's happening. I've been quite honest about this since the start. As far as Bitcoin swings go, as far as the trading goes, it's not something I'm an expert on. Maybe it's something I'll learn more in the future. But I see a lot of people, talking about, they always know why a prices went a certain way. And yesterday, there's a lot of people in the camp saying it's all to do with the Bitcoin Cash fork, and a lot of people are saying that it's got nothing to do with it. So I don't know. But as you would expect, whenever Bitcoin crashes, every cryptocurrency crashes. And apart from a couple of coins that shoot up against BTC, the vast majority of coins have went down the same amount as Bitcoin, or they went down an extra 5, 10, 15, maybe 20%. So yeah, across cryptocurrency, the prices have dropped. Now, is this a bad thing? For me, it isn't. I don't actually own any Bitcoin right now. Whenever I've owned Bitcoin, I've used it to buy other altcoins, so it's not an issue for me. And it is something to remember. People always talking about, oh, I wish I got on in Bitcoin at the start. I wish I was there a few years ago and got Bitcoin cheap. But the funny thing is, when Bitcoin drops, no one's talking about buying. And really, if you have made comments like that this year about, oh, I wish I got in at $5,000, I wish I got in at $5,500, I wish I got on, I wish I got in at a certain price point. It really is the time to put your money where your mouth is and step up and actually buy Bitcoin. I think it is a good opportunity now. Now, again, I'm probably the last person in the world you should be listening to for advice as to whether you should buy at a particular time. I believe Bitcoin will slowly creep up, but it wouldn't surprise me if it dropped below 5,000 either. So But I do think that if you've been thinking about buying into crypto, it does seem like a good time to get in and buy some Bitcoin just now. And then if you want, you can use that Bitcoin later on or just now to buy some other altcoins. Yeah, or just skip that whole part and just buy the altcoin directly. So yeah, I think it is a good time to buy in. I think so, but time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah, so I've been following the whole thing, guys. I'm sure you have as well. And I think with what's happening with the Bitcoin Cash fork today, I think the next few days are going to be interesting to see what happens with that. It'll be interesting to see if this affects Bitcoin, if it hasn't already. See if it affects it more. See, if the Bitcoin price is affected by that. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to the original Bitcoin Cash and the new Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, guys, but I can't sit here and say I know conclusively what's going on with all of that. There's a lot of hearsay, and yeah, it's one of those things, there's a lot of people I follow on Twitter, and I think they're interesting, and they post some interesting news stories sometimes, but then every now and then they'll come out and they'll say, I know this for a fact, and then they'll say something, and then another expert will say the complete opposite, and they'll say it's because of this. And there seems to be about 3 or 4 or 5 different theories bouncing around as to why this Bitcoin crash is happening. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I was chatting to Nollis and a few others, and they were saying that they're buying in because of this price drop. And as I said, if you've talked about buying in and you thought it was a little bit too high earlier on in the year when it was 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, then maybe it is the time to step up and buy in. But be prepared. Maybe you could step up. Maybe you'll step up and buy Bitcoin right now, and then maybe it will go down even more. But, that's what happens. That's cryptocurrency. That's trading. So bear that in mind. That can happen. And it sounds silly to even say this, but as a reminder, guys, never invest any money that you can't afford to lose. That is something, that's advice that I think is applicable to cryptocurrency, to buying shares, anything that you buy. Don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose. And don't start, gambling your college fund or your retirement fund or anything like that. Be smart. So thanks for watching, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about this Bitcoin crash. I will try and do some more live streams over the next week. I'm going away next weekend, so I'll try and do a live stream before then. And I'm hopefully talking to 2 cool YouTubers later on today as well, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Cheers.